afternoon. My name is Scott Rutledge, Chief Strategic Officer at T3Live.com. Welcome to today's recap and look ahead.
观众朋友们，大家好，欢迎收看今天的直击美股，我是主持人张舒，在纽约向您问好。周二美股上涨，我们看到在连续2日的疯狂下跌之后，美股终于拾起了一些上涨的势头。今天主要受到能源类股以及金融板块的影响，市场上涨。在宏观经济方面，我们也有2个比较利好的数字，其中包括了美国1季度的 GDP 增速是达到了1.1%，以及6月份的消费者信心指数是达到了98，比之前的一个92.4要高出了不少，也是自去年10月份以来最好的一个季度。但是该协会的负责人也强调，这是一个在退欧之前的这么一个调查，因此呢不足以反映在退欧之后市场对于未知性的一个恐慌和对未来的一个不确定的判断。好的，更多消息让我们来看一下今天交易员的独家分析。Hi Scott, your stocks rose Tuesday because of the oil gains and also the overseas bounce back. And I know you come in flat, so how do you prepare your positions? And do you think today's rally is just a dead cat bounce?
Well, the dead cat bounced a little higher than I think the sellers would have wanted. But if you remember yesterday, we said the oscillators were minus 60.
Yeah.
That's a spot to cover shorts. That's a very, very oversold condition. But yesterday, you didn't have that many clues to go out long. So you come in today, the S&P futures are up 20. Oh my goodness, I have nothing on. How do I make money? Well, first things first, let's take a quick look at the SPX. Here's the SPX. This was a decent level. This was your 1991 it came down to. So today was a bit of a surprising move. We talked about it getting back to resistance 1, which was about 2025. And now it does look like, it might want to test the 200-day or the prior low of that week, which is a little bit closer to 2045. So this would be the reflex move up. And then I think sellers, they want to really stay in control. They don't let this market get back above this 2060. So how I got back involved is with the spiders. So let's give you a quick little lesson. So here is yesterday's high. Here is the gap. Think about it. Right down 201.60. If you get above that, typically you fill the gap. So what I did is I started buying a little bit pre-market before the morning call express. And if you look here, let me tell you why. Because you had a nice gap up, so I figured we would stick. First trade was above the prior high, 201.60. Here was the gap. And you had a trade from 201.60 all the way to 202.30. So not bad, 90 cents. So I bought, I added, sold some, and then I kept some. So what did we do here? We did not fill this gap. So then now you had a whole entire afternoon of basing where buyers came in, sellers came in, you went sideways. So to me, if we took out the morning high, which was 202.30, I was buying more. So here I was in tier 1 waiting, bought more, and then I was able to sell some about another 90 cents higher, and now I'm still left with the tier 1. So bought some, added some, cash flow, stayed with it, bought more, sold some, cash flow, stayed with some. That's how you get involved in a situation when you're not involved responsibly, and make some cash flow and stay with potentially a trade.
Okay, today the Nasdaq traded 2% higher because of the gains in Amazon, Apple, Facebook, and so on. So right now, because we are in the repricing process, so do you think this kind of rally worth chasing?
Well, there was money to be made, but it's just a question of where can it go. So that's why you map out levels. That's why you get a plan. That's why we have a process. And if you look at the Qs, which have been very weak, okay, look where they are. Okay, this is where the Qs were on that Friday, so it came all the way down here. So what did the Qs do? Oh, what did Quinky think? It did the same thing, filled the gap. So now at this point, I would think that perhaps the Qs can get up to this spot. So if you're playing for a reflex rally, all right, that's the playground. If you think it's going higher, you better be careful. And if you want to be short, don't start too early because it can get to this area. So, from here to there, that would be about a 50% move from the Brexit highs. So I think that's a decent trade. We talked about Amazon being best in breed. Well, you know what? Held the 50-day, gave you a nice day, but now I think it needs time. Facebook's been a kind of broken name, but if you're playing a bounce like I am, maybe it goes to 114-ish, which would be middle end, and that's where the 21-day is. And lastly, Apple, which has been broken, there's a tiny bit more room, right? Apple just came in when it broke this wedge, right? Where did the wedge break? The wedge broke. Sorry, I'm trying to get my trusty line here around 109. So this was your out, and if you got out there, maybe as across today's high or yesterday's high, you took some, and maybe there's a few percentage points back to here, which would be closer to 95. So traders are trying to play these ranges, and whenever the oscillators get minus 60, you get away from trying to be short. You try and look for a bounce, but you map out where it can go, so you're not chasing price, you're selling into it.
Okay, and also financial sectors, they were hit badly last week, but today we see they are the leaders. Right now, because we see a lot of uncertainties, so do you think, can you see, further opportunities in this sector?
I think it's just a trade. Again, just like everything else, JP Morgan's been annihilated. So you look at JP Morgan today, it finally had a bounce. Okay, so how did you get involved if you weren't in it overnight? Look at that, when it crossed above the prior high. So I would say for JP Morgan, maybe it's got to rally towards this spot. So from 64 down below 58, now it's at 59.50. Maybe there's another dollar and change. But these names are broken. But there's trades to retest areas, and as traders, that's what you do. Oversold, buy a little bit, make sure you sell into that spot, and that's maybe where some sellers or shorts come back.
Okay, let's stand on toes and be prepared.
Yes, it's on our toes.
On toes.
and be prepared. Have a great night.
感谢您的收看，我们明天再见。